So one of the questions that we get asked all the time is, do I need a practicing certificate to be an accountant? And the short answer is yes, if you are part of a professional body. Okay, so those of you that have done qualifications, whether it's, as an example, ICAEW, ICAS, ACCA, CIMA, IFA, AAT, and the list goes on. There are others out there by any means. Now, each institute is slightly different, but basically the general premise is that if you are a member of one of those institutes, then before you offer your services out to the public, they require you to apply for a practicing certificate, which there's several factors. One, they want to make sure you've got the right experience to deliver those services to the public, because obviously they want to maintain the standards amongst all of their members. But one of the key things behind it is also that they become your anti-money laundering supervisor. Okay, one of the the rules, the laws out there that we have to comply with. So they will become that for you. So the short answer is yes, you will need one. Now, sometimes what happens is it may be that the experience that you need to log and get signed off by a relevant authorised person to apply for a practicing certificate, you might have some stumbling blocks. You might not be able to. You might not have the right experience to be able to log. The person that would be able to sign it off is no longer around or reachable. We have all scenarios. In which case, there are options where you could potentially look to transfer to another qualification, okay? Sometimes without doing any further exams. Sometimes there might be further exam requirements. But also there is a sort of, not a default, if you will, but basically HMRC are actually set up so that they can be your anti-money laundering supervisor. Again, you have to apply for it. It's a bit of a process that you have to go with. They're going to do various checks. They're going to want to understand your experiences as well. So, but if you end up having to go down that route because you can't get a practicing certificate with your professional qualification, then you will have to give up your qualification. There's no other way about it. You have to physically give it up. You can't use it anyway. You can't tell people that you've trained ACCA or whatever the case may be. You give it up and you obviously apply through HMRC. All right, so generally that's what needs to happen if you have done some kind of professional qualification. But I hope that sort of gives you a few answers to some of the questions you have. But what I would encourage you to do next, where we talk about this in a little bit more detail, is do get booked onto one of our discovery days if you're interested in joining us, and we can go through this in more detail with you. But also I will sit down with you and tailor the advice to whatever the situation is for you in particular. Thank you.